in attendance here this morning and those who may be watching us online. I'd like to welcome you to the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for October 13th, 2022. Roll call, please.
Mr. Margaret.
Here.
Mr. Long.
Here.
Ms. Weta.
Here.
Any conflict of interest statements?
No, sir.
No. Approval of minutes of the meeting of September 29th, 2022 and October 6th, 2022.
I'm going to make a motion to defer those minutes.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Something wrong over there?
Oops.
I read them.
Bid opening, I don't see any bid openings today. Matters from department heads or their representatives. Hearing none, seeing none, we'll go on to correspondence. Item A, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the approval for the engineering agreement amendment with Nice Engineering in the amount of $32,823.46 for the Tapper Avenue ornamental lighting project submitted for approval.
You may recall last week that we approved Councilman Tyler's funding allocation for this particular work to be done. I didn't realize it was on the agenda, so I didn't have the agreement. This agreement so he had some funds left over in his design contract, and this is supplemental funds to use with the surplus funds from the design contract to do the observation during construction, or construction engineering, we say. So we've reviewed it. We're happy with the amount and the contract, and we would ask for your approval of this action.
Okay, good. I'll make a motion then to approve Mr. Button's request.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shoot, item B, let's see here. Item B, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the approval for the agreement for professional services with
Eben Marsh.
Hammond Consultants in the amount of $113,700 for the Clark Fields infrastructure design submitted for approval.
So we've had some public meetings on the project, and we have set the basis for the subdivision, the roadway, the utilities, and so we're engaging the firm Eben Marsh out of Valparaiso to help us with that. They've worked with us in the pre-design portion, the concept phase, the Alta survey of the site. So this is to do the design of the roadway and infrastructure. This is being used through the funding that has been set aside by the City Council for the American Rescue Plan Act. That funding allocation was approved yesterday by the mayor, and prior to that by the city controller. That, as you know, the funding allocations for ARPA funds don't come to this board because it was a council-approved action. So you take my word for it. It was approved yesterday for this amount, $113,700. We've reviewed the agreement. You see there's an amendment for the time in which we're the terms, the net payment terms, right? We amended that to be consistent with Hammond's policy. And so we've reviewed and recommend approval of the agreement.
Okay. I will make a motion then to approve Mr. Button's request.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item C, correspondence received from Chief of Police William Short requesting approval for the reassignment of Sergeant John Peck to be transferred from Patrol Division to Community Affairs Division retroactive to October 1, 2022, submitted for approval.
Make a motion to approve Chief Short's request.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, correspondence received from Detective Corporal Al Hewlett requesting advertising dates of October 12th, 2022 and Wednesday at October 12th, 2022 and October 19th, 2022 for Hammond Police Vehicle Auction. Scheduled for October 28th, 2022, submitted for approval. Mr. Smith.
So originally, Corporal Hewitt submitted a date for October 14th for the auction. However, upon further investigation, there was not proper notice. given, so Linda and I requested Corporal Hewitt to readjust his dates so there would be proper notice in the paper, and that's what this is.
Okay.
So I believe this satisfies, it's every other week, and I think it's 15 days prior. You got to have at least a notice 15 days prior, and then two publications. So this complies with the statute, and we should be good to go.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve Corporal Hewitt's request.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, correspondence received from Milestone requesting the previously approved Phase 2 closure for southbound lanes of Kennedy Avenue from 164th to 169th to be changed to begin on or after October 17th, 2022 for approximately 2.5 months.
Good morning.
Morning.
So basically what this is they tried to pave it, but due to the weather, they couldn't. And in 2.5 months, two and a half months for the closure, they're gonna flip-flop traffic. NIPSCO's gonna come in and redo the pole line on the west side. So basically, after that's done, the intent is to open it both ways for traffic up until approximately March, April, when the weather breaks. Then it would be closed again, and we'll do the west side. Basically, the east side is almost complete, except for a little brickwork and landscaping and so forth, but the surface coat is on.
Okay.
So I recommend approval.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to approve Milestone's request.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item F, correspondence received from Grimmer Construction, Inc., requesting approval to restrict traffic and lane closures for the Goslin Street and Sheffield Avenue roundabout starting October 17th, 2022 until approximately November 7th, 2022, submitted for approval. Mr. Button.
Thank you. So during the course of our pre-final inspection on Phase 1 of our Chicago Street project, we found cracking occurring on the north side of the roundabout. We're surprised to find that. The contractor hired a consultant to take a coring and found that the concrete was not as thick as designed. Basically what happened, if the subgrade was placed evenly and not contoured with the drainage, and when they poured the concrete to the contour, it got thin on the north side, right? So it was only 5 inches thick, not 7 inches thick, like it was supposed to be. So we have to close the roundabout again. So eastbound traffic from Illinois will continue, right? Eastbound traffic, we can keep the south half of the roundabout open so eastbound traffic can go. Westbound traffic has to be detoured to the detour that we had used before, which was 165th Street. I know that's sort of a long way to go, but that's what we have. We do have a last option of letting them go south on Holman to Sibley, but there's construction in that area too. But we're stopping westbound traffic at Calumet, particularly trucks, and sending them south to 65th. I've contacted Security Transport to let them know that this is going to affect their movements, and so they will have to be permitted to use 141st again for the time period that it's closed. They originally thought it would be 2 weeks. They're conservative, asking for 3 weeks. I think we'll get done sooner, but it's weather permitting, right? So if the weather doesn't permit us to get it done as quickly as we'd hoped, we ask for a little bit more time. We've reviewed this. The closure is similar to what closures we've done before, so it's not like we're unfamiliar with it, and we've allowed it before. And if there's any sort of hiccups, we'll make corrections on the 17th of October to make sure that the traffic's
So
moved
just
around properly.
for my
Yes, sir.
general knowledge, to me, it just doesn't seem normal. Meaning, wouldn't somebody have noticed that maybe the concrete was too thin because of the contour, right?
It's not as easy as you would think. I mean, we pay engineers to be out there
I'm just saying.
to observe, right? And as they were doing I happened to be there when the pour was going on, and I didn't notice anything unusual, right? It's sort of hard to see 2 inches, right, of thickness between where it is and where it isn't.
Okay.
This is at no cost to the city.
No, I'm just
This
saying, it's
fixes
frustrating,
all,
because obviously this stuff's been closed for, construction, long time.
well, yeah, I mean, this was about this time last year that
That's all
roundabout
I'm
was
saying,
poured.
Dan. I'm not nitpicking, I guess I am, but it's as a board, it's frustrating.
I couldn't agree more,
Okay.
but I have no other option.
I understand,
but to
I
get it
get that, it's
fixed.
gotta be fixed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I'd ask for your approval of this action.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve Grimmer Construction's request.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Too much? G. Item G, correspondence received from Mount New Zion Temple Church requesting to block off Tapper from Merrill to Morris on October 31st, 2022, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to hold an outside movie in the yard for the neighborhood. Whew.
It's only a short stop. Obviously, those streets are right next to each other, but it's a pretty main street, though. They've never done that before, have they?
I just hate putting people sitting in chairs in the, well, I guess they do it for block parties and stuff, right? I mean,
Yeah, at least it's only
Does
three.
it say what the setup is?
no, it doesn't, Mr. Smith. It just, I'm guessing they're just gonna wanna cordon it off on both ends, probably with them road barriers, right? The yellow road barriers?
Yeah, obviously, it's a short portion of Tapper, but it's still a main street, but it is only for 3 hours, so
I mean, it's Halloween, but I don't think we're trick or treating on the 31st. Aren't we doing like it's on Halloween night?
Maybe we should.
It says passing out candy.
Oh, okay, I do see that.
I'm just wondering if we should have more information on the setup, because it doesn't say, they just want to.
Yeah, they're just asking to block off that short section of street, and they're gonna be, passing out candy to the youth in the neighborhood, and obviously watching a movie as well. I just, I watch TV and I see how people in vehicles kinda just,
can we
I'd almost want, and it's gonna be dark.
status it to next week and
Yeah,
try
and I
to get
think
further
want to
explanation?
talk to PD or EMS or something, because a lot of times also, it's, like, parents want to stay near their kids if they're driving around trick or treat. And so like,
They'd want to follow them down
follow
Tapper, yeah.
them.
Right.
Okay.
all right, we'll status it. Yep,
Okay, let's see, what's next week's meeting?
maybe ask them to appear.
20th.
20th.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion then to set this over for status to next week's meeting, October 20th, and ask that somebody from New Zion come before the board to explain the setup.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item H, correspondence received requesting a rental registration hearing.
Make a motion to set that for October 27th, 2022.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank you, Brett. Matters from board members.
I have one thing, Mr. President. On October 29th, at some point, October 22nd, a Mr. Kevin Burnett came about an issue that came before the board, about an issue at Hyssop and Highland where buses were having trouble turning. After sending our traffic guys out, they made recommendations of no parking signs from here to corner, along with paint on the curb. At that point, I said that we were going to forward it to, I was working with Public Works to fix the problem, but I want to make a motion today to send that to Public Works so that we can begin taking care of that issue.
That was the September 29th.
29th meeting, yeah. So that's my motion is to.
9/22? Okay.
Yeah,
September
9/29, yeah.
Okay.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
that's it.
Okay, that changes.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on into new business. Item A, funding allocation request form received from 5th District Councilman Dave Warple requesting $90,000 of gaming fund be allocated for the Dowling Pond restock and maintenance submitted for approval. The funding allocation is before us, signed by the councilman, the city controller, as well as the mayor.
Make a motion to approve Mr. Councilman Warple's request.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Item B, disposal authorizations received from the Hammond Police Department submitted for approval.
Good morning again. I'd like to report 173rd is open. Looking good, too.
I do have a question about it, though.
Sure.
I'd just like to know, why wouldn't they have put the track down?
At this present time, they did not get the tracks as of yet. When they put the tracks in, it'll go quickly. They're going to put all the tracks in at one time.
No, I understand that. I'm just thinking, as soon as I didn't see the track, I'm thinking, well, okay, they're gonna have to close it again to put the track down. That's all. I know it's premature and it's early and it's 18 months away, but, these are just questions as a resident I just have.
So as you know, there are multiple crossings
Oh, yes,
throughout the entire city.
Yes.
That I think they're.
at least 13 or
11
14.
crossing, right? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
13
13 or
crossings.
14.
All of that underground work has to be completed first.
No, I understand.
So 165th is a big portion of that work. We're told by the contractor that he would like to do some storm sewer work yet this year, but not fully close the road. But there will be a lot more work to be done at that intersection, and Douglas, and, so I think Waltham's done, Detroit's
Yes,
done.
yes.
Conke's underway. They have to get all of that underground work done before they can even start putting rails down. So that's sort of the reason why they're not putting rails down now.
I mean, I understand the explanation, I do, but it just seems like, 40-foot section of track, you're doing everything else, just drop it in right there, and then that part's done, but obviously.
Well, so we're told that south of Douglas, they're gonna assemble long pieces of rail so that they can run continuously through.
Yeah.
Right, or much longer pieces.
No.
This is,
I'm just,
this is their.
I just had a lot of
means
questions today, I just do.
Give us,
Thank you, Dean.
should we, let's go to.
Yeah, let's do the Hammond Police Department
Hold on
real
one
quick,
second.
hold on, Mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion to approve the disposal authorizations.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Gordish, let me read the order of business. Right-of-way permits 5 received from engineering department submitted for approval.
So AT&T has one for approximately 65 feet bore from a,
They're working here, go ahead.
so that's not really a big issue at all. Water Department gave the okay with that too. Now back to the train.
Yes.
Passion would like to, well, it's a lane restriction on Michigan and Holman. On the east side and west side, they are going to drive piles and put a caisson in. And that's a 3-day, according to them, which I did question it, because to me, it seems like a lot of work to put the piles in, put the casing in, and pour the concrete. So basically, they like the area to work. This isn't in the roadway, but it's right off to the roadway. So we reviewed the detour and seems to be adequate.
So there will be no traffic going through there for these 3 days?
Yes,
Oh, there will be.
yes,
Okay, they just need one lane.
one lane, and they're gonna do one side at a time.
Okay.
So basically, there should be 2 lanes, one, at the duration, they'll switch it, there should be 2 lanes at the other direction. So I would recommend approval.
Okay.
And of course, it's probably based on the weather conditions, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve the right-of-way permits.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Mr. Gordish? Right-of-way permits, garage sale permits submitted for approval. Oh, Saturday, I'll bring that up.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the garage sale permits.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. If I could go back to matters from board members real quick. there was a request from Cal College a couple weeks ago about stop signs by Polygon to protect students crossing the street from the parking lot to the housing development.
We have no objection to that.
Was someone going to go take a look at it, or?
No, we were gonna forward.
Oh, we were gonna ask the engineering to.
Yeah, I sort of looked at it on Street View and didn't have a chance to stop by there, I apologize. But anytime we look at stop signs in an area of a school, even a college, right? It sort of makes sense, right, to provide stop signs at those locations, so.
Gaspar and College Boulevard, does that
Yeah.
sound right?
Yeah,
Do we also potentially have piano keys there?
yep, but I'll do the best I can to get those put down. It's
Yeah.
sort of
I
late.
mean, whatever, if it's not now,
Yeah.
it's the spring.
Yep,
Okay, so we're approving Calumet College request?
yes.
Okay,
Okay, thanks, Steve.
okay. Then I will make a motion then to approve Calumet College request.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving back to the regular order of business, old business. Item A, status 36 Mason.
Yes, Mr. President, 36 Mason, I'm happy to report, has been self-demolished. That was the garage. That was the gentleman that was deaf and his family, yeah.
Yeah, so no action necessary?
No action. It'll be removed from the demo list.
Okay. Item B.
Probably a decorous decision of them.
Very decorous.
Nice,
Said that was probably a very decorous
Oh.
decision of them.
nice.
All right.
No action. Item B, status 4436, 4438, and 4440 Torrance.
I don't see
Mr. Molina?
Mr. Molina on the line, but I guess the report is this: 4436 should be removed, removed from the demo list. Orders were never entered here, so it's a little bit of a weird situation, but we're not going to deal with 4436 anymore. It's removed and passed. 4438, it's been self-demolished, and that leaves 4440. We got siding complete, passed its final inspection late last year. However, no interior work is completed, so what I'd like to do is push that for 60 days and ask the inspection department to contact Mr. Molina to figure out what's going on. It'll just be 4440.
So the December 8th or 15th? Does it matter?
Let's go the 8th.
That's gonna be a busy day.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to set 4440 Torrance for status to December 8th, 2022.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item C, status 4240 Wabash.
Yeah, so the owner on this one is looking for a final inspection. It's near completion. Permits are already pulled and everything. I think according to Mr. Luter, he just needs to advise the owner to advise the contractor to come out for final inspection. I would think that if we do 30 days on this, it should be resolved.
The 10th or the 17th of November?
Yeah,
Does it matter? Does it matter if the 10th or the 17th?
Your choice.
Which one?
Give him a little more time, give him 17th, sure.
17th is fine.
Yeah,
Okay, then I will make a motion to set 4240 Wabash for status to November 17th, 2022.
Second.
All those in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
thank you.
Rental registration hearings. A, 646 through 48 Cherry Street.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Farrell.
The board members, the owner of the property showed up in previous weeks, and there were some concerns regarding the current occupancy of the property. So after the inspection has been completed by the district inspector, Jordan, and myself, we would request the board dismiss any action regarding the rental registration hearing, as we will be bringing a notice of violation before the board to be heard for the second floor apartment. So,
The action that's already been taken, is that what you're saying?
no, we will be filing the paperwork for notice of violation for the second floor apartment. So we don't feel it would be necessary to have the owner pay for a registration of an apartment that we are seeking to have removed.
Oh, I
So
understand.
we would just ask that the board,
So dismiss this action, and then you will be bringing forth
Then-
something different?
correct.
Okay.
Okay, Then I will make a motion to dismiss any action already taken for 646-48 Cherry Street.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Meeting's open to the public. I see there's a gentleman, Mr. Driscoll. You have something to address the board with, sir?
Well, maybe I have scheduled your calendar problem. I was here on 7508 for transfer leave moved up for status, but apparently I'm mistaken.
Yeah, Jamie, I don't have it up for status today. I can have Linda email you just to make sure we didn't miss it today for status, and if we did, we'll reset it.
Yeah, maybe if you just have Linda, just let me know when it is, we're just gonna reset, just let me know what day.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, sir. Anyone else from the public? I see Mr. Talon. Anybody else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good.